In this video I'll demonstrate how to disassemble the Boost Mobile Samsung Prevail M820. You'll need to remove any SD cards and the battery. You'll need a Phillips screwdriver. I think the size is 2mm will fit, and a cell phone prying tool. Alright, once all the screws are loose and fully disconnected from the front housing, you want to go ahead and take your cell phone prying tool and right down here. You could use a flathead to also do this, but you'll more likely either scratch the housing or chip this chrome part. So I use a plastic cell phone prying tool and you just put it right there on the bottom. You can either press up this. It looks like we'll be using the flathead. Get it in there. See that tab right there? Okay. So once you got those two pieces disconnected, go ahead and take your cell phone prying tool and follow it around the rear housing. Okay. If your power button falls out, just go ahead and reinsert it. There'll be some tabs. Okay. Now with the rear housing removed, go ahead and disconnect this flex cable. This is connected to your LCD. And then go ahead and use your cell phone prying tool to remove the PCB board. Very easy. Okay. So if you need to replace either your headphone jack or your earphone, it's quite easy on this phone because it's connected via a flex cable instead of soldered on. So you want to disconnect this tab here, this black one, and then disconnect it there. Get this piece up. It's connected via adhesive. Just want to lift it up either with a flathead or your cell phone prying tool. Then go ahead and disconnect that piece to remove the headphone jack and speaker. Now to remove the LCD, first disconnect the digitizer, which is connected here. Yours won't pop up that easy. As you can see, there's a little adhesive down here, so you'll actually have to, I always recommend using either a heat gun or a blow dryer to heat up the adhesive to remove it, just so you don't tear the flex cable. And if you do use a heat gun, put on the lowest setting possible. Just needs to be a little heated up and it'll remove quite easily. Alright, so now that's disconnected, we're going to remove this piece to get to the LCD. Just like that on each side. What I'm doing is I'm taking this flathead, putting it flush against the front housing, and then prying up. Okay, now that piece is out, which you can see is also held in with some more adhesive. So it'll take a little prying. This phone has water damage, so that's what you're seeing here. Now I'll remove the LCD. You can either bend the front housing, it is plastic, you won't break it, and you won't even warp it, it'll go back to its normal shape, just to get this LCD out. Okay. Now if you needed to replace your digitizer from this point on, I don't have a video up showing how to replace this, but it's similar for all phones, and I have quite a few how to replace digitizers. You'll basically just have to heat this component right here with a heat gun or a blow dryer, remove it, clean out the adhesive using rubbing alcohol and a heat gun, and then put in the new digitizer. And what you'll need to, if digitizer isn't cracked, one of the main reasons you would need to replace this part is non-responsive. So if you go to touch an app on here and it's non-responsive, or you go to unlock the phone and it won't do it, it's the digitizer that needs to be replaced. It's usually a cheap part. We'll now go ahead and reinstall everything. When you're putting the LCD back in, you want to get all the dust you can off the screen. Use either a non-lint cloth or even a t-shirt works just fine. It will be a lot more difficult removing any kind of debris from the digitizer, but it is possible. And then putting this piece back in, the two prongs go up top, these go on the bottom. Or excuse me, it's vice versa. The two prongs go at the bottom, these pieces are at the top. It just snaps back in place. Now we'll reconnect the earphone jack and speaker to the PCB board. Then just snap this piece right back on there, right back on the PCB board. Okay. Don't forget to connect the digitizer cable right there. Okay, now you just reinstall the rear housing. Do not tighten the screws yet. We're going to power the phone on before we tighten any screws, just to verify the digitizer is working, the LCD is working. Alright. So we confirmed the LCD works. Now I just want to test the digitizer. Alright, everything works. Okay. That concludes this video. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them below, or you can send me a message.